Backchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard.
I'm gonna bust him. Sausage, ugly little man, rabbit. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. More. I don't want a more. You know what's coming. You're getting smashed to pieces, sausage. You're fighting the best British heavyweight there's ever been. The fucking dauntless in these waters, me. You beat all the rest of them, but you ain't beat Tyson Fury yet, sausage. Look at him, his heart's pounding now. He's like a little pussy with an earring in. Shit house. His bollocks have shriveled up now, they have. Little sausage.
I don't
sissy
more
with an earring
speak.
in, you fucking pussy.
I'm
Get
very
knocked
happy.
back out.
You stop talk?
I come here to pick a fight. I didn't come here to play games. I didn't get all dressed up for nothing. I come here to fight.
When the Lord gives me Tyson in my hands, I will make my job.
What's going on, boxing fans? It's Backchat TV, and we're going to speak about the Fury versus Usyk press conference that they had quite a while ago now, but I thought I'll speak on it. A few little things that I saw in this short press conference. First, before I even speak about that, don't you think we're getting some great fights? I think the fans are really getting some great fights at the moment. We just spoke about the event 2 months before this event is due to happen, which is the Day of Reckoning. So many great fights on that card I can't even mention. Deontay Wilder, Parker, Joshua, Wallin, that's going to be great. And then 2 months after, we finally have undisputed Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. We're going to speak about this right now. Let's get into what we think is going to happen in this fight. Predictions, body language. I love to speak about all these things. I've been correct in a lot of my assessments and predictions. I've also been wrong in a lot of my predictions as well. That's just how it goes. But, what did I think of it? So in recent times, I haven't really been a great fan of Tyson Fury for certain things that he's done and said. I do, however, I do like his character in some ways, but he has his faults just like everybody. And these are some of the things that I think sometimes show up in the ring. Now, the fight with Francis Ngannou, I think it's not a true reflection of how good Tyson Fury is. A lot of people have said, oh, maybe Tyson Fury is not really that good. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more mental with Tyson Fury. When he was going to fight Ngannou, he didn't really give him much of a chance. He thought he was just a big, strong guy from the UFC, never boxed before, and Tyson Fury has actually got an ego. He wanted to make an example of Francis Ngannou. He wanted to be aggressive and knock him out in, as quick as possible. That's why he went at him straight away in the first round. He was so aggressive. He wanted to make a statement so that he could knock out the hardest puncher, and then afterwards he could say, well, I just knocked out the hardest puncher in the first round, so what does that make me? That's the mindset of Tyson Fury. He wants to be considered the best heavyweight of all time. He wants to be the best. He doesn't want to be considered on the same level as he's, like Anthony Joshua and the current heavyweights. He wants to be seen as much better than these guys, and he wants a lot of admiration. So the way he was going to get the admiration was by demolishing someone like Francis Ngannou. Hence the reason why he completely abandoned boxing, even training hard, any of that stuff, and thought that he could just come in and just destroy this guy who's not meant to be in the ring with him. Now, the reason why it went so wrong is you had a guy like Francis Ngannou who was training with Mike Tyson, and they were serious. They were serious about this fight. He was serious about this opportunity. He trained hard. He got in great shape. He got some really unique skill set from a man who's really done it in Tyson Fury, rather than these so-called trainers who have never laced up the gloves, but they know everything about what you should do. Mike Tyson was really showing him things he should do that will work on Tyson Fury, and he was right. Ngannou came in and followed it to the letter, and that's why he had so much success. Tyson Fury came in being over-aggressive and got dropped. It wasn't surprising. He got dropped because he was being over-aggressive. Now, when he got dropped, he, instead of getting on his boxing and jabbing and moving like his corner was saying, he felt embarrassed. He wanted to get a get back. So he kept being aggressive, trying to get Ngannou back for dropping him and feeling embarrassed. In the end, he realized that he was just getting roughed up on the inside, and he was giving Francis Ngannou way too much opportunity to use his strength. And then he did the smart thing and got back on his boxing, and that's when I think Tyson Fury kind of won, just edged it out, because Ngannou kind of didn't have the experience to cut off the ring and cut off the distance and slip some of those jabs that he was getting hit with. So Tyson Fury kind of won in the end, but I think that really taught him a lesson. Now, has that humbled him? It doesn't look like it. In this press conference, he was on form. He was back with his shit talking to Alexander Usyk. I think a lot of the public don't really appreciate Fury's trash talking, because Usyk is such a calm guy. It's almost like bullying in a way, because Usyk never says a bad word about anyone. I mean, if this was Jerome Miller or something, everyone would be behind the trash talking because Jerome Miller deserves it. But I feel the reason why Tyson Fury has had a backlash for some of the nasty things that he said to Alexander Usyk is because Usyk just is such an innocent seeming character. I've never heard him say a bad word about anyone, to anybody. He's always been respectful to opponents before and after matches. Even Anti-Joshua, in that strange display that Anti-Joshua had when they had their two fights, he was respectful. After the fight, he even said he understands how Anti-Joshua feels. He congratulated Daniel Dubois after their fight. You know, he had nothing bad to say about anyone. You know, he's just one of the most respectful people. So when Tyson Fury comes out with the whole "you ugly man," rabbit, gap tooth, middleweight, stuff like that, I think people don't really appreciate it as much. It doesn't have the same kind of effect that it would have against someone who seems to deserve it, if that makes sense. Nevertheless, I do think it's funny. Tyson Fury on form said the usual to Alexander Usyk, didn't get much of a response. But let's look at the real things that really Tyson Fury said that have meaning. He said that Alexander Usyk is too small. He's a middleweight. Although he has dog in him, he's going to come up against another guy who has dog in him who's, you know, twice as big. And that is kind of true. Tyson Fury is 6'9", 290 something pounds or whatever he weighs. Well, 270 pounds. He knows one thing about Tyson Fury. He's not just a big man. He knows how to use his skill set. He knows when to use his body weight advantage, like against people like Deontay Wilder, who has a weight disadvantage. He used his weight very well, and he knows when to use his fast jabbing, his foot movement, and fighting on the back foot, like what he did against Francis Ngannou, because he didn't really have the weight advantage or the strength advantage against Francis Ngannou. In the clinch and close contact, you saw Ngannou was throwing Tyson Fury around everywhere. So, you know, in that occasion, he knows when to switch it up. He is a true champion in the way of his skill set. He knows if, for example, Usyk was doing really well, Tyson Fury would switch his game plan, and not a lot of fighters can do that. Only the top tier fighters can change a game plan on the fly. Tyson Fury is one of these fighters. Floyd Mayweather, definitely one of these fighters. These are you know, the cream of the crop. They can change their game plans at any point in the fight. So I think Tyson Fury has that in his advantage. But against Usyk, I think he's underestimating him. Usyk is a really good fighter, very skilled, very smart, can change game plans on the fly as well. And this is why it's going to be a great fight. Now, advantages and disadvantages. I feel that Tyson Fury is going to try and use his size and weight advantage on the inside to try to bully Usyk, you know, push him against the ropes while landing body shots, and just basically use his size advantage against Usyk. And I think that that's a good plan, but I feel like Usyk has fast feet, and I think he'll be able to get out the way and keep the fight quite disciplined, like the way Usyk wants the fight to be. So the keys to victory is for Usyk. Usyk has to stop Tyson Fury from getting him caught up with the emotions and getting him caught up in a scuffle, you know, in a messy kind of a inside fighting kind of fight, which I think Tyson Fury wants to try and impose on the smaller man. And I think Usyk has to be careful of that. If Usyk can avoid that, then I think Tyson Fury will end up having to box him, and then he'll try to use his jab, use his superior reach on the back foot, quick jab, moving, jabbing, and basically just keeping at a distance. Every now and then feinting, and then every now and then coming in and following up with the right hand when you least expect it. Usyk needs to keep Fury guessing, like he always does. Lots of angles. You know, he shows so many angles that he makes you tired just from the different ways that you have to defend his angles. He's always moving, jabbing from different positions. I think one key advantage for Usyk, what I think he should do, I think Usyk should avoid close range and also the opposite, too far away, far distance. I think he should try every opportunity. I think he should try every opportunity to get to the middle distance. I think Usyk is going to do his best work in the middle distance, and that's where Tyson Fury is kind of weak. I feel like Fury either likes the fight close so that he can use his elbow and he can push you up against the ropes and land body shots or get you in a headlock, or distance where he has the reach advantage and he can keep you at the end of the jab and follow up every now and then. He likes that. He doesn't like mid-range. Tyson Fury does not look. Tyson Fury is pretty average when it comes to mid-range, and I think Usyk can take advantage of this, and I think he should, and I also think he has to if he's going to win. I think Usyk is the only heavyweight who is quick enough to slip Tyson Fury's jab from distance. I think he's the only heavyweight quick enough to slip the jab and slip into mid-range and connect on Tyson Fury, and also move with Tyson Fury when he's moving, trying to get you at the end of the jab. I think Usyk can do all of that. So, you know, someone like Anthony Joshua, I don't think Anthony Joshua can do that. I think Anthony Joshua would get caught by the jab from distance, and Fury would rack up points on him, and every now and then Fury would come forward with the right hand and catch Joshua flush, because Joshua's just not that quick with his feet, and that was hence the reason why he actually lost against Usyk. So I do feel like Usyk can do this against Fury. Would he win? I don't know. Fury may wear him down, the smaller man, be really physical, and you know, he may, in the end, it may be too much for him because of the weight advantage, but I don't see it happening. You know, based on Fury's last performance and a lot of his other performances as well, I've seen some weaknesses in Fury. I don't know why people act as if Fury is this world beater. Of course, he's an amazing heavyweight. He may be the best, but number one, he hasn't actually proven it. You know, if you think about his best wins, he beat Klitschko, a man who was also beaten by Anthony Joshua. He beat Deontay Wilder. Yes, that was a good win. But apart from that, there's nobody else that Tyson Fury has beaten. So, you know, name another opponent of that caliber. If you look at Anthony Joshua, he has the best resume of all the fighters. And a lot of people completely write Anthony Joshua off. It doesn't even really make sense. Anthony Joshua had a slip up against Andy Ruiz. He came back in a rematch and completely outboxed him. Looked fast, looked quick, controlled distance. Andy Ruiz couldn't do anything. Then he had obviously a slip up against Usyk twice, but Usyk is one of the best fighters around. So, you know, Anthony Joshua, I wouldn't write him off. I feel like he's, we're going to see what Anthony Joshua can do. If Anthony Joshua looks good and wins his fight, and then gets a fight with Deontay Wilder and wins and beats Deontay Wilder, he's right back in there as one of the best heavyweights in the world. So I'm happy to see these fights happen. My prediction, don't want to waffle too much, I got Usyk winning. I've got to admit, I got Usyk winning. I think Usyk is calm, he's skillful. I think Usyk is calm, I think he's measured. I think he has the antidote to Tyson Fury. I think he's just as fast, if not faster. Hand speed, foot speed. I think he's smart. He knows when to get out of danger. He knows when to get out of range. He knows how to slip shots and get into that mid-range, which is going to be very important. He knows how to avoid Tyson Fury's clinches. I think he's a lot stronger than people think, and I think Tyson Fury will find that out in the clinch also. And I just think Tyson Fury is this brash fighter who just talks a bit like his dad, but underestimates people he's in the ring with. And I think there's an upset here. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think, but I have Usyk winning. I have Usyk winning. From what I've seen, Usyk has dealt with many big men. From Chisora to Daniel Dubois to Anthony Joshua twice, size has not deterred Usyk at all. He seems to have the antidote to men that are bigger than him, and I think Tyson Fury is going to be no different. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I talking nonsense? I'm also excited to see the fight, but I've got Usyk. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I got Usyk winning. I really do think Usyk's going to win. I think probably by majority decision. Always one of the judges is going to give the fight to Tyson Fury, but I think majority decision or split decision. I'm on to the next one.
I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's back?